Welcome to the Dr. 31 Metaverse, a digital world that bridges the gap between users and healthcare companies. This video presentation will focus on the fundamental unit of our healthcare-centered world, which is the plot of land NFT. And we will be answering the following questions. Why would companies in the healthcare ecosystem want to own land in the Dr. 31 Metaverse? How can you make money with a plot of land? Why are the plots of land in the form of non-fungible tokens? How can you buy a plot of land? Let's get started and find out why companies in the healthcare ecosystem would want to own land in the Dr. 31 Metaverse. This one is easy, and the answer is client acquisition. Businesses that operate in our metaverse get access to a pipeline of clients curated by our symptom checker. But how does this really work? Let's see an example. Bob is on holiday with his family, having a good time eating and drinking. But in the middle of the night, Bob wakes up with stomach pain and finds this concerning. The fact that he's in another country and in a different time zone than his personal doctor adds to his panic. To figure out his next steps, he consults the Dr. 31 symptom checker algorithm. Bob starts by inputting his symptoms and the medication he's taking. After that, he inputs his specifics like age, height, and weight, and finally answers a series of questions relating to his specific inputs. Now the algorithm is doing its magic by checking his case against academic medical literature. The resulting report includes possible sufferings, possible side effects of medication, and the medical specialist Bob needs to consult. Now this is where the client funnel starts to form, because Bob needs to see a gastroenterology specialist and will get recommendations for a consultation by one of the healthcare companies operating in the Dr. 31 Metaverse. And because Bob is in a different time zone and is unable to contact his doctor at home, he decides to go ahead in the metaverse. Bob inputs preferences like language and price range and gets a list of 4 doctors that can see him today, the earliest in an hour. Fast forward 2 hours and Bob went from panic to having a healthcare professional diagnose him with food poisoning and prescribing a treatment plan. So, to sum up, the symptom checker helps users identify the next steps in their healthcare journeys and gives specific recommendations for products and service providers that operate in the Dr. 31 Metaverse. And companies get access to this client funnel only by building healthcare solutions on a plot of land. Now let's move on to the second question. How can you monetize a plot of land? There are quite a few ways of monetizing, actually, 3 to be precise. Depending on whether you are an investor or a healthcare-related company, you can sell, rent, or build on plots in the Dr. 31 Metaverse. Investors can monetize their plots by selling them, or by renting them to companies that want to do business in our metaverse. An actual example of how this would work is to imagine buying land in the middle of nowhere because you know a city will be built there soon. At the moment of acquisition, that plot is just a lot of dirt. But in a few years, when the city is developed, that plot of land becomes a lucrative asset that can be monetized by selling it or renting it out. Basically, that's how plots of land in the Dr. 31 Metaverse work as well. On the other hand, if you are a healthcare-related business, you can monetize your plot of land by offering products and services in the Dr. 31 Metaverse. Any stakeholder in the healthcare ecosystem is welcome to build digital infrastructure like telemedicine services, showrooms for medical equipment, study rooms, marketplaces, and much more. So, basically, companies build their solutions and monetize by offering products and services to users supplied by the symptom checker feature. Now that we have that covered, let's understand why the plots of land are in the form of NFTs. Non-fungible tokens provide a series of unique opportunities for digital rights management and regulatory predictability. On the digital rights management side, everything is decentralized on the blockchain. Thus, NFTs offer full digital ownership and gives owners full control over what to do with their assets. On the side of regulatory predictability, digital land in the form of NFTs is the safest bet to structure a crypto asset. Most countries in the world have no legislation when it comes to crypto tokens like NFTs, but many countries are in the process of developing laws for this sector. This means that crypto assets will be subject to legal review in the future, and many of them will be considered securities, thus creating severe legal problems for holders and the company issuing them. At the moment, consensus in the crypto ecosystem is that digital land in the form of NFTs is safe from being labeled a security and falling under a different legal framework. Now let's move on to the final question of this video. How can you buy a plot of land? There are two aspects to consider. The first is technical and the second is legal. Technically speaking, to own a plot of land NFT you need to set up an Ethereum wallet. If you are unfamiliar with this, don't worry, we've got you covered. You'll find a video tutorial in the description of this video. And legally speaking, we do things differently than other crypto projects because we see landowners as our clients. Thus, plot buyers will get an invoice for their purchase and sign a contract that grants them a series of rights and obligations. Find out more by visiting dr31.com.